Afternoon. It's me, Nikesha. I just want to address this one single thing because it been brought back to my attention through a reading that I was listening to. And it just struck me that, like, I'm being labeled a home wrecker. You can't be a home wrecker to someone's home that was already fucked up and that y'all was on a break when I came into the picture. Now, let's not get it misconstrued, Miss Letitia. Um, what I can say is that when yourself and Ronaldo were going through it at that time when I came back into the picture, like y'all already was having a tumultuous situation going on. TT, you really didn't like Ariana, and I witnessed that part for myself, and I didn't even see you or know you physically to be able to see it. But when you put a pregnant child, 17-year-old pregnant child, out on the street with two big trash bags to get on a bus to come across town to be where their father is, which he was at his mother's house, Miss Rosemary house. Uh, and tell her like you pretty much like saying "f you" to Ariana. That was like tacky and tasteless as hell. Like how you putting first of all, how you treating somebody else's child like that? That's first of all. Second of all, how do you have that cruel of a heart to not care about that child's safety and well-being being in the condition she was in, pregnant as hell, and we in freaking Newark, New Jersey, East Orange, West Orange, wherever the heck. But it's just like that didn't make no sense. And for you to bash me and to slander my name and say all of these cruel ass horrible things, you don't even know me, just like I don't even know you, but I do know that your actions towards that man's child was childish as fuck. Then you reach out to me based off of Ariana saying that she has a brother, and then you start drilling and questioning her and all of this other stuff. Like you didn't even want Ronaldo to be a responsible person when it came to him being a father to his child, which then turned this man away from his child and sent her away because he was trying to make shit up to you, and he got mad with Ariana because Ariana was talking about something that might have been new and exciting to her as far as finding out that she had an older sibling. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I know she have other siblings, but for the action that you took towards Ronaldo and Ariana was real childish and petty. Like, for me, like I said from the beginning with Ronaldo, like I'm not trying to break up or come or like make no type of disharmony going on in your situation. I said this from the rip before I even went to go physically visit him. You understand what I'm saying? So I already let him know like I just want to be able to get the DNA test done for my son Marquise because of my past things that I had to clear up and what I had going on. But for you to call me all out my name, a one night stand and this and that and this and that, from my understanding, like during the course of me hanging out with Ronaldo, like the first time that he and I saw each other physically and we really got a chance to talk, I asked him like, how did y'all meet and stuff? He telling me like, I know that you know about the Job Corps situation and all of that, and then I know that y'all know each other growing up or whatever, whatever. However that shit went. But he told me that he was on his way to go cash his check because he was doing what he graduated from Job Corps doing, which was a mason, a bricklayer. You know what I mean? Like he said he was on his way to go cash his check, and you and one of your girlfriends, bumped into him, and they was you was asking him like where he going and all of this other stuff, and he going to go cash his check, and you like, oh, you want to buy me something, like I for you to try to have some type of opinion on me or to try to slander me and say all of these cruel, wicked things. You don't even know the whole backstory of what was going on. You only know what was told to you or whatever. And based off of your immaturity, mental capacity, your level of being able to obtain the mental knowledge, I was misconstrued for being your freaking type of energy. Like, regardless of whatever, I was more so hurt that the situation happened the way that it happened. And to this day, I still don't have anything negative to feel about the situation, because the bottom line is, and you can clearly look at the side by side picture of my son and Ronaldo, and you can see that that's Ronaldo's child. Yes, you freaking, got the little drop about Craig or whatever, and then you took it upon yourself to reach out to him and say all of this other stuff. And, Craig had already had a hard on for being pissed off and angry with me. And that stemmed from my son's childhood, because he was always saying little shit like, oh, you rich, your family rich, y'all got it. Like, they ain't had nothing to do with me. But the whole thing about it is, that's just the mentality of people. So when you reached out to Craig Williams, which I told you, if you did that shit while my son was still with Craig, you was putting my child's life in danger, and you did not care. You clearly did not care about my son's safety and well-being. But here's the hit. When I came over here to the West Coast, and I had already filed a report against you, because in a message which comes from the freaking emails that the messaging that you were sending to me through Facebook Messenger, you talk about, well, you know where I live. And the only reason why you knew where I lived at the time is because of the situation that me trying to resolve the paternity issue, so that all of us could get the clear understanding, and everybody could stop putting their 2 cents in about what's going on with myself, my child, and Ronaldo, and the whole situation. I gave Ronaldo my new address when I moved to Salem, because when I first started off talking to him, I was living in Asbury. So I sent him my new address, so that if there was a way for him to be able to break away from your clutches to come and take the DNA test, which I was willing to pay for. I was willing to pay for the whole thing, you know what I mean, just so that it could be done and situated. And if you go back and you look at if any investigator was on it and they went back and they looked at any text messages between myself and Ronaldo, it would clearly show that I was asking him about, like, where would he want to meet up. I even went as far as, when I moved over here to the West Coast, to research where we could go here to come get it done. And when I relayed the message to him, he said that he wasn't coming this far to get it done. So I said, okay, well, if you have any way of trying to get this done, I'm open for it or whatever. Like, come on, man. So for y'all to be in y'all situation right now, like, I didn't even know that this man married you for real. And like, it clicked in after a while, like, damn, did they get married or something? And then when I found out that you were pregnant, came out of his mouth, because when I was outside homeless, when I came over here to the West Side, this was in August, that he called my phone and we were speaking, but I couldn't really like hear him, because it was like staticky or whatever. He had told me that was in his place, and the phone call, I forget how the phone call like had got cut off or whatever, but I know that I had spoke to him once I had moved all the way over here to the West Coast, still trying to figure out what the heck was going on. But because of whatever situation y'all had going on, he didn't say too much about anything, when it came to whatever y'all situation was. And okay, I'm still going to live. I still know the truth that I spoke, regardless of whatever the hell, y'all had going on. I still want to be able to bring resolution for my child. You know what I mean? Yes, I love that man from the day that I met him in Job Corps, and all of these years. I'm 41 years old. When I did get back contact with him through Facebook, when he reached back, when he finally seen that, it was a message or whatever sent to him, he reached back out and I explained who I was to him. You know what I mean? And then eventually we met up. But like, for all of this stuff, for all of this time, I'm still not angry about anything with anyone. Like, if Ronaldo wanted to come and freaking say something to me or try to, if he wanted to apologize or whatever it was for whatever the heck happened, like, I'm not a closed minded individual. If you're coming to try to come harm myself and my children, yeah, I'm going to be on guard. I'm going, I'm going to monitor the people that come and go in my life. So for everybody out there that has an opinion on what I'm doing with my sexual parts or, what I'm doing in this point in life, I'm taking care of my children, holding down my household, doing what I have to do because my whole life, my whole fucking family didn't want me to freaking be existing right now. Like, it was an expiration date put on my freaking life expectancy. And I think it was last year or the year before last or whatever. I'm still here and I'm here for a reason. I'm here to be able to continue to be who I am. Like, I was placed here in this world to, to love, to be happy, to be joyous, to be free, to help, to teach, to nurture, and all of these things. Like, like when I found out my true purpose and what I'm supposed to be here doing, like, I'm taking all of that serious. So for anybody that has a problem with that, that's not my fault. That's not my business. And for Craig to feel some type of way and have that chip on his shoulder, and I know it intensified once TT went and freaking called him and said whatever she said to him, however she got in contact with him, it intensified the whole situation. But I had talked to Craig back in 2019 and let him know, like, I know it was brought to your attention. Letitia came to you and she said X, Y, and Z. Yes, this is what happened back in Job Corps or whatever. I was fearful of, bringing this shit to the light. I was young. I had to deal with this shit all of these years until I was able to finally speak the truth to the person that cared for him. You know what I mean? Now, yes, I was in the wrong. I take full soul responsibility for my part and what part I played in this whole ordeal. You know what I mean? That's grown woman shit. And I fessed up to my part that I did wrong. Craig act like, yeah, you were young and blah, 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 and all of this other stuff or whatever. But there were things that were done to me on Craig's end and on your end, Letitia, when it like didn't even have to go that far into the extent. I'm already owning up to what the hell I did, but for you, because you was in your feelings and you felt some type of way, and when this news came out about my son, you and Ronaldo didn't have no child. You already felt some type of way about Ariana. You didn't even like his daughter. You understand what I'm saying? So there's no reason for me to believe that you would have opened your arms to my son being brought into the equation because you wanted to get rid of Ariana out of his life. And he pushed his child away. He pushed his family members away to be loyal to you. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing when it comes to loyalty, but when you be loyal to the wrong people, you get consequences from those actions. How do I know? Because I was freaking loyal to the wrong people. You understand what I'm saying? So that's neither here nor there in this point in this journey in my life. Now, Ronaldo, if you do come across this video, I am more than willing to, have an adult, mature conversation with you and to discuss, whatever the heck went left or however it went Saudi or whatever. And I'm still open to the freaking DNA test to this day. Like I said, before I leave this planet in this physical body, I want to know that I corrected as many wrongs that I have done in my life to anybody that I hurt, anything that I have done to make somebody feel some type of way or whatever it is. I want to make amends because when I leave from this earth, I want my spirit to be able to soar back into the universe where it belongs without all of that heavy pressure and all of that burden and things like that. So that's that. So Ronaldo LaShawn Clark, if you are out there and if you ever look at this video, if you're still here on this physical realm and you still, know that this has to be taken care of, I am more than open and willing to, to do that. Like, Life is too damn short. Let me just put it like that. And for anybody that TT, you went to your family, his family, or whoever's family to come out of the side of your neck to, say whatever it is, a home wrecker, a hoe, a prostitute, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Come February, it'll be 9 years that I have clean of any type of fucking crack cocaine, liquor, or whatever. I do smoke my weed, and weed is not a drug. Let me just correct that part. For anybody that's sitting there feeling some type of way about my weed smoking, and I don't smoke every day, all day. I get things done. I handle my business, obviously, because at one point when you came about in my life, I was staying with my mom and, going through the shit that I was going through with her and my family and all of this other stuff. I got away from them. I cut all of them off. I don't care to be trying to be a people pleaser. I don't care to be with family members that wish death on me, that don't want to see me succeed and don't want to see me grow, because that's not what the heck is going to be conducive for me to be able to conduct anything in life when you got people that's dragging you down and don't want to see you excel and move forward. So, who is the person that really has a problem with people growing and expanding? Who is the real immature person in this whole situation? Because throughout it all, until this day, I'm still here. And I've never done anything different except for get my life together and stop doing the things that I was doing that was bringing harm upon myself and put myself in situations that I really didn't need to be in. So now that I know better, I have been doing better. So with that being said, own up to the stuff that you was doing. Own up to what you have done in your life. You sitting there calling me a jump off, a one night stand and all of this other stuff. When you came into Ronaldo's life, you was a fucking gold digger. Oh, what you gonna buy me? You gonna buy me and my friend something? Come on, chick. I don't even want that man money. If that man had trillions of fucking dollars, I would sign a motherfucking prenup, because it's not about the money. I can make my own money. I don't need to be codependent on anybody for anything. I've been in relationships like that where, because of the situation and the predicament that I was in, I've stayed with people, I've lived with people and stuff like that. But I've always tried to do my part in one way or another, whether it be washing the dishes, cleaning the house, washing clothes, cooking, giving out useful, resourceful information, or whatever it is that I can do my part in. It might not be the same way that a person provides for me, but I always try to freaking give back in any way that I could to help the situation that I was in. So, screw everybody that think that I'm trying to be with men for money and I'm a user and I'm this and I'm that and all of this other stuff, and that I gotta lay down and have sex with somebody to have my bills and stuff paid. It's me and my 2 daughters that are here in my place, in my apartment right now. Since I freaking came over to this West Coast to regain my power and my stability from all of this fuck ass shit that's been going on, for the time that it's been going on. No, I don't lay on my back to freaking pay my bills. I don't have to. I really don't even like asking nobody for nothing. But if something does come to me, I am very grateful for the help that I have been receiving. So for y'all to be sitting here doing all of these false reports and then you getting this man locked up, you an abusive woman. If you can be abusive mentally, I know that physically you've been putting your hands on that man, and then with him having ankylosing spondylitis, I know that you was treating this man wrong. He even told me out his own mouth that when he was in pain, he had to go to doctor's visits and stuff like that. He said you ain't even want to go with him. You didn't even care. That shit broke my heart. How could you not care for somebody that you claim that you love? If I could have done more for him at the time that I was dealing with him, trust and believe he wouldn't have had to stay with you to keep dealing with what he was dealing with you. You need to know that. That's the biggest thing that broke my heart, because I was not able to have my part to come into any type of relationship, whether it be with Ronaldo or whoever the hell I got with. You know what I mean? And then dealing with the fact that I'm living with freaking people that was plotting to kill me and take me out for money and all of this other crazy ass shit. Like shit that I ain't even really, I had an idea about it, but I really didn't know about a whole bunch of shit that my family was doing. But you know what I mean? I always had a feeling like this shit ain't right. I always had a feeling too that I was fucking adopted in this damn family because of the way these fucking people was acting. And I really believe that my freaking parents aren't my parents. You know what I mean? But that's just my own personal opinion. Whether it be true or not, I really don't even freaking care because they wasn't there anyway. And for whatever reasons that they weren't there, I'm not even mad at them no more because I'm still here. I'm living my life. No, I don't need to be sitting there saying that I need anybody to do anything else, because what I've learned is when I talk to the universe and I talk to my ancestors that's on the other side of this daggone thing right here, they in the spirit realm. They listen and they freaking been helping me. Everybody sitting there talking about, oh, you crazy and this and that and this and that. I ain't that damn crazy because everything that I have said to people has come to pass. But because I was blessed with being able to foresee certain shit, people want to put stigma on me. Oh, she crazy, trying to get me freaking go see psychs and get on all types of prescription medication. You ain't about to sit here and fucking scramble my damn brain cells. I am well within my damn scruples to know what the hell is going on, and that shit been passed down throughout my bloodline. So, anywho, I would like to just say this one more time. I am not a homewrecker. You know what I mean? If y'all like it, I fucking love it. But don't use me as a reasoning because you wanted to do what you wanted to do to him and to his child and his child's mother, Aisha Laverit. Like, come on, man. Come on. And Aisha had a problem with me. And I don't even know this damn lady. I don't know her. She had a problem with me from freaking being in the business when I was at Miss Rosemary house and Ariana was talking to her mom on the phone. She like, who that woman in the background talking? And he's like, that's daddy girlfriend. She went ape shit crazy. Now, if my memory served me correctly, he was dealing with TT at the time. So, Aisha, for you to feel some type of way that I was dealing with Ronaldo, I don't even see the relevance of where you coming from with. I don't care to know about neither one of y'all situation with Ronaldo because it don't have nothing to do with me. Now, as far as your child Ariana and her baby Kalani, I had already loved Ginger Snap before she was even freaking born. I wish I could have did more for the baby too. I was sitting there trying to freaking teach your daughter about motherhood and you know what I mean, what to take and what not to take when it comes with relationships. I even cussed her child's father out because he was acting like a dickhead to her. Like, you want to sit there and be sitting there popping shit to your fucking child's mother and you ain't even doing shit and you out there fucking running the streets cheating on her while she was pregnant. I felt some type of way about that because I was once in a situation like that. You know what I mean? So yes, I did. And if you felt like I overstepped my bounds when it comes to that, I don't know what to tell you, because you as a mother should have been sticking up for your child instead of worrying about some fucking child support papers or keep taking a motherfucker back and forth to court. I remember one day I talked to Ronaldo all the way on his whole trip from Newark to New York to go to a court date with your crazy ass. Y'all got me fucked up. All of y'all. And I ain't about to sit here and be petty with y'all. I ain't about to sit here and argue with y'all. I ain't even about to sit here and try to explain nothing to y'all when it comes to me, my heart, and how I feel about the whole situation. Y'all is some fucking non-factors for real. And y'all been doing this shit for years. The moment in time that I had with Ronaldo was when we was in Job Corps. That time that we spent together before he left to go because his grandmother was passing away or his grandmother had passed away. I just remember him wanting me to come with him, but he had left with Frankie or whatever, and then come to find out the twins that Frankie was pregnant with wasn't even his kids. And the shit that she was doing to him. Like, y'all don't know, I have a freaking history with him. It might not have been in a relationship with him all throughout all of this time, but I do know that it was shit that transpired prior to me coming back into his life that he shared with me, and then he coming into contact with chicks like y'all, man. Just because I'm little and you want to call me skinny and want to say, oh, she's skinny because of this and that and this and that. No, I'm skinny by nature. Like, my donor, my sperm donor is a thin fucking physique person. You know what I mean? If that's my real daddy. If you want to be technical, you know what I mean? Like, come on. All of that stuff that y'all doing, come on, y'all. All of that stuff that y'all doing and all of that stuff that y'all saying, y'all sound ridiculous. For real. But, yeah, I just wanted to address that. Oh, yeah. And for Craig, that freaking dude, when you got locked up for putting your hands on me when we was living on Allendale Road in freaking Baltimore, what's his name? I'm not stupid. I saw you go. Emmanuel Drummond and his girl, Chanel Ricketts. I'll never forget that either. Now, is that the person that you contracted to do something to me when you was locked up? Because you and Emmanuel was locked up. And I remember talking to Chanel, a.k.a. Lumpy Ricketts. And she was like, yeah, you know, my boyfriend had a friend in jail, whatever. And I had went over there to go stay with them or whatever. And in the course of me being over there at that time, I had sex with Emmanuel. Like, you was trying to get this man to off me? Was that what it was? You know what I mean? Like, y'all ain't even want me to have no type of life as far as me still breathing. And then your fucking mom, Dawn Roche, she was pissed off because you was even locked the hell up. That's why she went behind the scene and had that whole case made up saying that I did all of this shit. Now, if I was that abusive and I did all of that shit to Jane and CJ and she knew that shit, why did she wait for you to, when you got locked up after you put your hands on me because you didn't want me to start the freaking Mommy and Me school with Marquise? Like, that's it. People need to really look at this shit the whole way. And then when they was in the foster care with Dawn and Darren, they left my child in the house by his damn self for however many long ass hours it was, because it was in the afternoon when we finally had went over there because we had a visitation. And neither one of y'all was home, but the music was blaring. And when the police and the freaking property manager finally got to the place and opened the door, my child was in his freaking bassinet, his crib, shitty and pissy as fuck, crying at the top of his fucking lungs by himself in that home. Nobody was in there with him. But y'all covered that shit up. You, Louise Hibbler, and all of them people that worked in the daggone Child Protective Services in Baltimore, Maryland. I ain't forget none of that shit. Ain't that much crack smoking in the damn world that make me forget none of that shit that happened. None of it. So for everybody that got an opinion, everybody that think you about to sit here and gang up and team up, y'all already stole money and property and shit like that. Like I said, Juan Frederick Sr. And I know that y'all got some shit going on down in Panama or wherever else the hell y'all got my money offshore accounting. Y'all know what the fuck y'all did. Y'all know exactly what the fuck y'all did. Especially around the time when I got my settlement for my lawsuit for the freaking trolley accident in Philadelphia. That the money came in 2014. This shit happened in 2011 when when I had Sanique. I'll never forget that either. But I know all of y'all, you know what I mean? And y'all plotting, scheming, y'all thought that shit was funny. Y'all want to sit there and try to use my son and do all of this crazy shit to get back at me. Whatever y'all do. Whatever y'all do. Like I said, my biggest thing is staying connected to God, Source Creator. Making sure that I continue to grow and evolve the way that I'm supposed to grow and evolve, and to grow and evolve my children the way that they're supposed to grow and evolve, because I don't want my children having to experience the same shit that I experience now. My two oldest, they have been experiencing a lot of things based off of the choices and decisions that I made. But I'm here right now in this present moment, doing everything that I can do to build myself back up so that I can be there the way that I need to be there for all of my children. So for y'all to sit here, try to slander me, Keep it to yourselves. Ain't nobody beat, and I ain't going nowhere. Deuces.